Yeah, so just came back from my first session of physio, and yeah, I've heard so there's good news and there's bad news. Good news is my shoulder is in a really good state for being just 3 weeks post-surgery, but bad news is that I have to do physio for the next few months before I'm ready to do any sort of intense physical activity, especially things that I used to do, like MMA, any sort of class, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, grappling, things like that. They have to wait for probably 4 to 6 months. I mean, I kind of expected that, and I kind of knew that because my surgeon told me before I had the surgery that I have to be in a sling in this position for 3 weeks, which was until Thursday last week. Today is Monday, March 10th, and I guess best case scenario, I could resume my activities and go back to doing exercises and lifting weights and doing MMA classes, probably early June. Worst case scenario could be a couple months later than that, so probably July, August. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that things are gonna get better and my shoulder's in a good state and there were no complications with my surgery, and I'm gonna do a full recovery. Just gonna take it will take a while before I could do things that I like to do, which is fine. And I know a lot of guys that get way worse injuries doing jiu-jitsu and wrestling and things like that. I just really wanted to talk about that because I feel like if you're doing things recreationally, so like obviously you can get injured doing anything, but if you're doing things for fun and learning a life skill, learning how to defend yourself, doing things and enjoying your classes and your life and going to the gym, it really makes you think, like, is it worth it? If you're gonna get like these terrible injuries, some of them are life altering, let's be honest. There was a lot of guys running around with no ligaments in their knees. Their knees are jacked up, their shoulders, their backs. They have broken bones, popped elbows, popped shoulders, destroyed knees. And for what? Or at least that's my question. I mean, sure, it's fun, but if you're not Gordon Ryan or, some UFC legend, I don't think you can justify for someone like me who has, lives a normal life and, 90 something percent of the community of like this community who have normal jobs, going to the gym for fun and for a little bit of fitness and activity and the community. If you're going to get injured so often and so badly, why would you do this? You're not competing, and this idea of I'm learning this to defend myself and things like that, yeah, sure, but if you're jacked up and crippled, how are you going to defend anything or anybody? You can't even take care of your own needs. And if you're doing any sort of surgery or anything that you have to immobilize the joint or that limb or that part of your body, you're out of you're out of the gym. First of all, you can't do your daily tasks and take care of your daily needs. You need other people to take care of you, and you're paying on top of that. You're paying to go to this gym. I don't know, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, pounds, fill in the blanks with your currency. And having all of this negative side effects, I think it's just a little bit excessive, I think. But having said all of that, I still want to go, and I don't know. It's just it's fun. I like it, and as I said, you can get injured doing anything, but it just makes you wonder, why is this type of sport so popular, and how could we avoid injuries? Okay, first physio session post-operation. Today is March 10th, 2025. I had my surgery February 13th, and on February 13th I had shoulder stabilization surgery. Now I was told that I have to be in a sling for 3 weeks in this position, and have to do physio and rehab for probably 4 to 6 months, depending on how well things will progress, and before I can go back to my life essentially and resume my activities, going back to the gym, lifting weights, essentially being back to normal life and being 100% with this shoulder. So today I went to physio for my very first session post-surgery, and yeah, we had a nice chat, talked about this whole surgery and the outcomes and what we're going to do in the next few weeks. And my physio assessed my shoulder. We did a little bit of a few different exercises, and she gave me a few to essentially do at home until next Monday, which is my next session. But I just wanted to, I was wondering if there is physios that people do that are more often than once a week, because I thought it would be much more aggressive, at least 2-3 sessions a week. I don't have much experience with physios and rehabs, so I'd love to know your thoughts or your experience. And yeah, please share your experience with me and let me know how your physio and rehab was, if you've ever had surgeries like this. Mine was one of those keyhole surgeries, or they do 3 little incisions, and yeah, it was relatively simple, as I was told. It took about an hour, so I was in and out of the operation room, I think in an hour or so. And I was in the recovery room for an hour, so just a few hours in the hospital, and no complications. Everything went well, but it just makes you realize, makes you appreciate your health, and having a fully functioning arm, and how much it matters in your quality of life. I mean, since I've had this surgery, I've learned a lot of things about myself. Not being able to work out is very tough, and I think people don't realize how tough it can be on someone who's very active and goes to the gym almost every day, works out, does a lot of activities, and taking that away kind of makes you a different person. Just 3 days off, and I was going stir crazy. I am, at this point, a month in, I am fully addicted to my phone. I have a full-blown depression going on. I mean, that's partly due to my job situation, which, as I mentioned in one of my recent videos, I was laid off about a month ago. So I mean, a couple of weeks before my surgery. So it kind of helps that I'm not working right now for my shoulder to recover, and I'm on garden leave, so I'm getting paid for the next 3 months. But that kind of exacerbated the mental health situation, which is weird. I mean, it is weird to me. I always thought, I will never have this kind of problem. But it is tough. It is very tough to sit around, not being able to work out and do anything. I couldn't really drive for the first 3 weeks. So, and I was living by myself, so doing everything and anything was super difficult. And that kind of not being able to exercise is kind of very tough on you mentally. I mean, it's crazy how different you feel when you don't work out.